My name is Kelly. I work as a wine educator, and my day begins around 9 o'clock in the morning. My first duty of the day is to do inventory. I'm in charge of counting all the bottles and all the wine we have down at the visitor center. And next thing we need to do is get the rooms ready for the tastings, and we also taste in the cave. So we have 4 different areas we need to set up for tours and tastings. When it is my time to conduct a tour, I take people outside or inside and teach them a little bit about the history of the winery that I work at, and then about the winemaking a little bit, and also at the end of the tour we do a tasting. So I am to present 4 of our sparkling wines and 1 of our still wines. So I need to know about the wine, and once people taste it and try it, it is time to sell the wines. Hopefully close the end of the tour with a nice sale. Those are my duties. At the end of the day, it's time to clean up after all the tours are over, all the glassware, everything cleaned up and put away. And again, I'm in charge of counting the bottles, doing the inventory at the end of the day. I am employed full-time, so I work 5 days a week. The days that I work are Tuesday through Saturday, and the hours I work are usually 9 o'clock in the morning. I generally end about 4:30, sometimes a little bit later. Sometimes it could be 5 or 5:30, depending on how busy we are during the day. Stress level. Well, you know, it's not too much of stress occurs unless we're very busy and, you know, things have to go keep pretty in time with a tour. So that can be a bit challenging as far as stress, and also depending on the type of people you're dealing with. You know, there's always every once in a while one in the crowd that is a little bit harder to deal with. So that can bring your stress level up a bit. Otherwise, you know, if it's going along smoothly, not too stressful at all. As far as requirements for the job, you do need to have some sort of knowledge about wine, you know, a little bit of experience in, you know, the wine industry somewhat. Classes, it's important. It would be good to take any kind of classes you can in wine education, because that will just enhance the what you provide to your customers. So any kind of wine education is really important. And it's also good to, you know, go out and explore other wineries, because then that'll help you to enhance what you provide again to the customer. One requirement is you do have to be physically able to lift cases of wine. You know, you got to have some sort of strength to you in that manner, and you are on your feet, you know, pretty much most of the day. So those are the most important requirements. So I like my job. One of the best parts of my job is when people really get something out of, you know, the tour and the tasting that I provide. Being one that grew up in this valley, I really appreciate that people come here and to see what we do, and, you know, have a sort of love of what we do and get a great experience. I'm really fascinated with history, and I hope that you know, people are too. So when people go away really happy with some sort of knowledge of our history here, and really appreciate what we do here, that makes my day. And it doesn't hurt if they buy any as well. That's important. Some days it can be a challenge, especially we are dealing with people that may have visited other wineries throughout the day and come to us a bit intoxicated, and that can, you know, be very unpleasant. One, you know, they're not really getting anything out of it, and 2, you don't want to serve them to get them even more intoxicated, and that can be a challenge. Some people get offended when you let them know that you can't serve them anymore. Also, there are some people that can be a little bit obnoxious when I'm talking and trying to talk over me, and you know, so different personalities or different situations can make it unpleasant. But for the most part, a lot of great people out there, and you can really have fun with this job if you have a love of wine and any winemaking, and also history. So. Okay, my advice if you'd like to become a wine educator, work in this line, is that you really like to work with people, because you are working with people on a day-to-day basis, and it's important that they go away happy. Also, working with your coworkers as a team. You're working close together with a lot of other staff, and the teamwork is extremely important.